morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. And I don't normally start off a podcast like this, but I like to give someone who gave me permission a very special birthday shout out today. My internet son, one of my twins, Mijo. And no, I'm not telling anybody his real name. Those who know. Those who don't, well, I don't know. Speculate. I don't know what to tell you. You're probably not even thinking what his name is, but let's just say Mijo. And happy birthday, Mijo. I'm super, super excited for you for this year because ever since I started talking to you, you have been a delight to me. A complete and utter delight. Both you and your lovely wife. So not to gush too much about how wonderful you are, but you know you're awesome. You also know you're a genius because you're my child. All my children are incredibly talented and overwhelmingly smart. They're just wonderful people. So happy birthday, Mijo, and may you continue to grow, and may you one day possibly get closer to the Lord. I mean, he's right there. Honestly, right there for you. You can have conversations. Y'all can get real acquainted. Just be fabulous for you to come to know the Lord. Yeah, I know. I say this to your brother, my other twin, every time I talk to him. But, wouldn't hurt for you to have a little Jesus refresher course. Okay? Love you. Now on to tonight's podcast. And I thought it would be sort of a, how to put this, catch-all rant because, ugh, with the stuff I've been seeing and hearing about. So let's start with my first thing. The new movie, The Color Purple. Yeah. Every time I see the trailer on the commercials, I want to vomit. I do. And some of you may think, oh, that's horrendously harsh. No, it isn't. Okay, you're gonna hate me for saying it like this, but do I really care if you hate me for saying it like this? Nah, it's gotta be said like this. I actually read the book. Hear me? I actually read the book, and then I watched the original movie. And it was a moving story. It was a dramatic story. It was a story of the triumph of the will, about how to overcome everything in your surroundings, betting on you failing and rising to the top. But now, after going through all that hardship, Celie was not a woman that be prone to singing and dancing. Celie's life was hard. Celie's very existence was comical to some and scornful to others. This woman had to survive in a family and in a system that told her every which way she was going to be nothing. But now, we got a movie with tons of singing and dancing. And I know people are going to be like, but you don't understand, on Broadway it was a musical. Yeah, honey, that's Broadway. On Broadway, it can be a musical all at once, too. But when you had such a hard-hitting drama being the first and therefore the most lasting impression for most of us and anybody that cares about true literature, you will see the remake as disgusting. Because what is this? Everybody singing and dancing? No. The juke point was something else. The juke point was that old escape from the drudgery every day. It wasn't meant to take over the whole damn movie. Not to mention, now, I'm gonna say it like it is. I love Taraji P. Henson. I love the woman. Fabulous, great actress, very versatile. But Sugar Avery, she ain't. And she ain't never supposed to be. Okay? And I know you're gonna kind of think I'm crazy on this, but I think colorism has a lot to play into why Taraji got to play Sugar Avery. The original Sugar Avery wasn't that right. Wasn't that light at all. She was of a much darker hue, closer to Celie and Sophia. But she had charisma. She had presence. She made you want to get to know her. So I guess they threw all that out the window and just said, let's put her in. She likes getting it. And I'm saying it like that because, in all honesty, what else would make anybody think of Taraji as your neighbor? I remember I heard a story many, many years ago about how when they were doing the original movie and they were asking Alice Walker about Sally's character, and I heard that she said Whoopi is Sally. she had that right. Whoopi was Sally through and through. Fantasia has a very good voice. I don't much care for her as a person just because I'm not a big fan of her music. I'm not saying that she's a horrible person, I'm just saying I'm not a fan. But also, silly, yeah. No way know how to chase now. I mean, you can't just pick somebody that had a hard life and be like, okay, you don't understand the emotions behind this hair player. No. And yeah, I think she is perfect in the musical on Broadway. Because that's what the musical on Broadway was. But this is supposed to be a movie. And they should say that if it's based on that musical, they should say based on the musical. Not to have us kind of want to liken that to the original movie. Which, can we just say the original movie was good from beginning to end? But every time I see the previews, I gag. Like physically gag. It's not even me pretending. It makes me physically ill because of something else. Like I said, a very, dramatic and traumatic story. But then it got me thinking, why do black folks always have to be singing and dancing? Why do we always have to entertain somebody? Why does our misery and our hard story, the hardness of the life that we were given by others, because we didn't ask for it, why is that now akin to singing and dancing? Because that's what the world loves to see of black people. Sing, dance, entertain us. Entertain us, make us laugh, make us feel, make us forget. But black people are worth more than that. I know I'm damn sure better than that. I'm better than being reduced to entertaining other people. Even other black folk. I don't want to entertain other black folk like that. Because there should be more required. But see, we have a habit as a community to encourage our children to be athletes and entertainers and all that, and we don't instill in our children how to be doctors and lawyers and scientists. Hell, we're not even telling them to be teachers no more. Even if we would encourage them to go into nursing, go into something where they could be seen as respectable without having to entertain somebody. When will we stop telling our children that they need to get into one of these lucrative fields of entertainment so that they can make money? Did you be coming out there saying it like, honey, if you ain't done it for yourself, don't put your children in those roles so that you can feel better? Because that's really stupid. But I see it happen. But then you want to talk about, all this foolishness in our community, we need to stop. But you need to start setting better goals for the youth of our community and then helping them, actively helping them to reach those goals. I don't want to hear about, all the poverty and fatherlessness and, all the stuff we hear about in our community, but y'all don't want to encourage people, especially parents, even if you're not a parent. If you know parents, you need to encourage them that their children can reach the highest height, not just singing and dancing. We need to stop encouraging our youth to go after fast money. And see, you don't think it is because you figure, well, you're not gang banging, not drug dealing, But see, you ever look at these people 15, 20 years in the line? Not everybody comes out this fame game successful, happy, and healthy. A lot of people go in one way and come out another. They go in a single individual with everything intact, and they come out broken, battered, and mentally abused. But you want that for your children, right? You want them to do what you failed to do. So, I guess, how well have you entertained humanity before you want to start pushing your children to entertain humanity? Can we pretty much stop it with that? Because, see, that's what that Color Purple movie, I was supposed to say mutiny, movie actually meant to me. It was basically me knowing that they have reduced the whole of my community to singing and dancing with the help of those within my own community, like Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, can I just say that when I was a little girl, I read her biography. It was something that somebody had wrote about her life up until whatever point, and I read it. And you know what? To be honest with you, over the years, as stuff began to come out about her, I would think back to that little book, and I'd think, oh, maybe that was the real reason behind it. Like, there are certain things that just come out about that woman that I'm not comfortable with. I know that a lot of you are focused on the Taraji not being paid properly and Oprah shenanigans with her, but let me take you back. Let me just bring you on back to that little school scandal. You know, Oprah's little girls' school in Africa, and what happened to the children? Children, mind you, under the watchful eye of teachers. Yeah. Um, to give you an idea of how that plays out throughout at least Nigeria, there are two songs, called Mr. Lecturer and Mr. Lecturer 2. I forget who was by, but they kind of, in the best way, explain the mindset of a student and the mindset of a professor when it comes to sex for grades. I'm not saying that's what happened with the Oprah thing. No, it was on the station, not necessarily sex for grades. But just remember that. Um, Also, remember that Oprah has never been forthcoming about her own life. Oprah, like Tyler Perry, has, a little deflection technique. Oprah's deflection technique is Stedman. And Tyler Perry is that woman who, does anybody know? And her son. Does anybody really think that's Tyler Perry's son? I mean, it could be. But I do feel like we only hear the mention to deflect homosexuality allegations. It's just like, Stedman, when's the last time anybody saw him out with Oprah? Really? And somebody put up a while ago about their love story. What love story? What love story could this be? When the woman you're supposedly with for all these many years, the public figure you're with for all these many years, doesn't bring you out, except, and tell you the truth, Oprah doesn't bring Stedman out at all anymore. I remember, back in the day, he used to be seen a little bit more when she'd have to go to these parties. But, you know, I pity that man. It's gotta be really hard for you to be nothing more than let me put it this way, facial accessory to a woman. And those who know. And I think Tyler Perry got his own facial accessory for the very same reason. Now, you know, this is all allegedly, because whatever I say in this podcast is my opinion and my opinion only. So, let's leave Oprah, her depraved indifference to humanity alone. Because, while I'm on that topic, I remember years ago, many years ago, and I'll date myself by saying this was a Saturday Night Live skit where you had Adam Sandler as a regular cast member on there. And it was like, I think, a Jeopardy thing. And the answer was Oprah. And, I think Adam Sandler was saying, like, she's fat, she's thin, she's fat, she's thin. Come on, pick a body and grow with it. Like, that's the kind of thing.